Okay, so yesterday I noticed that my palette was the magnets weren't sticking. So I'm going to replace the glue on the backside of my magnets today. They do have a sticky backing on them, which comes, this is the way I get my magnets, and then I cut them, and there's a sticky back, but they don't stay very well. So I have a hot glue gun here, and I'm just gonna show you how I fasten that on. Very, very simple. And be careful because a hot glue gun is very hot. So just place it on there, and then it will dry. So today I'm going to be updating my palette. I'm going to clean it up a little bit and maybe move some things around. Put some glue on there. Just put a dab of glue on there. The sticky side down. And just tap it there until it dries. And I like to write the name in permanent marker on the side. This is a lemon yellow. And it takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it because then your magnets aren't falling off. Now these are going to be ready to fit into my palette that I'm making over here. Okay, I'm making my swatch cards for my palette that I just made. I rearranged my colors so that they go well together. These are all my blues and greens and some browns and black. And I just used this tin and I put magnets on the bottom, and then I can move them around and fill them up. But I'm going to cut this watercolor paper to fit. So I'm just going to trim it up. And then I'm going to cover it in packing tape after I get the swatch made, because then it doesn't bleed. So we'll just get that ready to go in here. Okay, so then what I need to do is draw the grid onto my watercolor paper. I'm going to do the same thing for this one. Okay, I'm going to swatch out my color card here. I started with the Indian Yellow from Sennelier, and this one is Micron Indian Yellow. They're both Indian Yellow, but they're different brands, and so they have a different color. I just swatched it on here as well. I want to fill up my titanium white. Okay, now all of my paints are swatched out on this watercolor paper, and I'm going to cover it in packing tape so that it doesn't bleed. So I use this packing tape. So I just start by putting down a layer of packing tape and making sure it's flat, folding it over, and then it protects that top layer. And then I'll fold it this way too. And then that top is covered. Now I want to cover the back just so that it doesn't get wet. Okay, so the first card is done. Isn't that pretty? These are all my reds and oranges and yellows. So I'm going to tuck that in here, and then it goes right on top. And I have a palette ready to go in my travel kit. I'll do the same thing with the blues and greens. There we have our finished swatch and containers, and they're going to dry, and then I'll decorate the outside. But they're ready for my traveling bag